Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. I'm just reading about business, that's all. Just reading about business. What is going on, everybody? My name is Jeremiah with JeremiahVegan.com. We are a one-stop shop digital marketing agency that specializes in generating leads for B2B based companies and solopreneurs. And today, this is a training video on cold calling and how to be effective as a person doing cold calling. Now, this is a training video for people that are going to be under the JV team. So this is going to be targeting them, but people who are outside of this watching this video who want to learn how to be effective when it comes to cold calling can benefit from this video as well. So let's get into it, shall we? Now, this video is going to be referencing an article posted on blog.hubspot.com, and it's going to be written by Dan Tyree. He did a great job of going over cold calling strategies, okay? So we're going to be referencing some of the points that he made into this article, but not all of it. So let's first go over what is cold calling exactly. Cold calling says right here, once you have a list of prospects to call, it's time to reach out. If you never spoke to these contacts before, your outreach will be considered a cold call. A cold call is when you reach out to an individual you never spoken with before with the intent to sell them your product or service. Okay? Now, I personally believe that there are pros and cons to any marketing strategy that you decide to do to generate leads or sales. Cold calling has pros and cons, but one of the pros is that it's one of the fastest ways to get leads generated and to get sales, okay? Because you are literally contacting the decision maker a lot of the times, and you are pitching your service or product 9 times out of 10, okay? And they can decide a lot of the times if they want to do business with you right then or not, okay? So it's a lot quicker than doing everything electronically and stuff like that. It can be really effective, okay? Now, another pro is that it's a lot more cost effective. Like, it's a lot cheaper. As long as you got your leads, ways on how you can actually cold call and reach out to these potential prospects, it's really cost effective and inexpensive to use. All right, continuing on with an article, the first thing that you want to do when you are reaching out to a prospect is to introduce yourself. And it says right here, first, say your name and which company you work for. You need to sound confident and energetic. I can't tell you how many calls I listen to that begin with, hey, this is your name, and then this says right here, you're mumbling. So you definitely want to make sure that you're confident as possible whenever you are talking to a prospect. Even if the prospect is asking you a question you're not familiar with, but you know how to get the answer, okay? For example, they might ask you about a product and you don't know much about the product because you're just an appointment setter, or you will be forwarding them to someone that knows more about the product. You can just simply say, hey, that's a great question. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, but I know someone that is, once we set you up, they'll be able to answer any questions that you may have. They'll know a little bit more than I would. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to not know, okay? And if they're not interested, it's okay that they're not interested. A lot of people are not interested. We're going and we're calling to see if they are interested, okay? So the appointment setter, we want to make sure the call is we go quickly as possible, whether they're interested or not. We just want to, if they're not interested, we want to make sure that we just speed on and we go to the next call, okay? And one of the ways to make sure that the call goes as best as possible is you want to be confident, okay? Hey, this is Jeremiah with JeremiahVegan.com, and then you pause. All right. Now it says right here, you don't need to yell your greeting, but you do need to articulate, kind of like what I just said. After you say this is your name and the company you working for, you pause. This is hard for cold callers. They want to jump straight into their pitch, but I want you to take a deep breath and say nothing for 8 whole seconds. Now, I don't think you should say, like, you don't have to wait 8 seconds, but you do have to pause. You know, you should pause. Hey, is this so-and-so? Oh, okay. This is Jeremiah with JeremiahVegan.com. Or this is Aisha with JeremiahVegan.com. And you want to make sure that you're smiling. You want to hear them smile. Okay? Have confidence. Alright? Now, this is a script that I put together for appointment setters. Okay? And the goal, the focus with creating this script was to make it short and simple. Okay? Now, as you perfect this script, and as time progresses, you should be getting better over the time. But this is just the kind of the outline. I make this short and simple because I want the conversation in the call to be short and simple. I don't want it to be more than 5 minutes. You know, and you don't want to rush them off the phone either. You want to build a rapport, but you want to make sure that it's not too much filler. You're getting straight to the point, whether the person is interested or not. Now, this is for leads. We're obviously going to provide the leads, but these are prospects that are on LinkedIn. So a lot of times they have their information. So we want to reach out to those people when it comes to their information and talk to them that way, okay? So when you're getting in touch with the decision maker, you just say, hi, this is X, Y, and Z, right? Hi, this is whoever the prospect name is. Hi, is this Dan? And then let's say the prospect says yes. And you say, great, I'll make this quick. Now that's important that you say that, okay? So you're already creating this idea that it's going to be quick, because a lot of times they may be busy and you want to get straight to the point. You know, you want to help them, all right? You don't want to waste your time or their time. Just say, great, I'll make this quick. My name is Jeremiah with JeremiahVegan.com, and I work here in customer support. We're a lead generating agency for B2B companies, right? So you automatically knock it out what you are, what you do, pretty much. I was giving you a call because we came across your profile on LinkedIn, and I think we can generate 10 to 12 additional leads for you by running some LinkedIn campaigns. Would you like our help? Then you wait for them. All right? Long story short, if they agree, then you just say, okay, I'll put a note in the system to have a service coordinator, which is essentially a closer, but we don't want to intimidate them at all. We'll say, a sales manager or anything with sales in it, a cold caller or a closer. We want to basically we want to be pleasant as possible. We don't want to intimidate them. That's why I don't say appointment set. That's why you should never refer to yourself as appointment setter for the company. You should give another name, like an administrative assistant or, a sales coordinator. Not even a coordinator. Just don't say sales. Okay? So look, when they agree, okay, I'll put a note in the system to have a service coordinator show you how you can run your campaign, right? And campaign yourself. And if you need us to do it for you, we can do it that as well. Someone should be in contact with you in 1 to 3 business days. Okay? Alright? And you kind of wait for them to respond. You put their name in the CRM, which we're going to talk about in another video. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It's a platform that keeps us track of all of our leads and all of our prospects, and allows you to send emails and follow-ups. Okay? That's where we track everything, and you can make phone calls through that CRM as well. So that's pretty much the basics of, cold calling, okay, and appointment setting. All right, we keep it simple, straight to the point. You want to make sure that you're confident at all times. And one thing that I added for the appointment setters is a little bit about the company. So I don't like to make it long. Like, I don't like to make about us pages really long, because honestly nobody cares. They don't want to listen to all of that. They don't want to read all of that. They just want it to be straight to the point. So I kept mine of 1 sentence. So if somebody asks, okay, so what exactly are you, if they need more clarity on what it is that you do, because you never want to assume that they know what you do. Alright, you never want to assume. So you should say, and this is for people that's not under the JV team, you should always have a headline where that could summarize what you do in a one sentence, like 1 to 2 sentences, straight to the point, like almost like your elevator pitch. So as soon as somebody asks you what it is that you do, you should be able to answer like that. So what is JeremiahVegan.com? Well, JV is a one-stop shop, B2B, one-stop shop. There's a typo here. So JV is a one-stop shop digital marketing agency that specializes in lead generating for B2B companies and solopreneurs. Okay, that's essentially what it is. Or I can say, well, JV is a one-stop shop digital marketing agency that specializes in generating leads for B2B based companies and solopreneurs. Straight to the point, right? So if you need to read that, you know, I'm gonna obviously edit this, but if you need to read that, you can do that. And then it also includes services, because a lot of times it won't go. We would like it to go smooth like this, but they might, if they're interested, they will want to know more about what you do. They want you to get straight to the point. They don't want any runarounds. They don't want you wasting their time. Okay, and you just make sure that you're nice to them. Okay, don't be all hard and aggressive. I'm trying to change the culture of sales. No, you don't have to be a douchebag. You don't have to be a bad person. You don't have to be mean. You know what I mean? If they're not interested, they're not interested. They don't have to be interested. That's their right. You know, and a lot of times they might say, well, how much is it? Forget all of that. How much is it? They want to know how much is it before they go into, you know, before they go into everything, which is understandable. I want to know, tell me right up front. Okay, so if they ask you, you only do this if they ask. Okay, if they ask, because we don't want to waste their time. We want to get the closer to speak to them. All right. So boom, you can just tell them we got prices, and I said it right here. I summarize it, because a lot of times it depends on what plan. We can't give them a direct answer because it depends on what plan we can qualify for them. It gives us room to negotiate. So we got services that ranges from $60 all the way up to $1,200. As of right now, we are looking to add more services, but from $60 to $1,200. You can just keep it straight and simple. We got services. It depends on what plan. So if they ask, well, how much is it? Well, it depends on what plan you get. And we have a coordinator that'll know better than I would about it. But it usually ranges from $60 to $1,200. Pretty simple, right? And then it goes over some of the plans. If you need this for yourself, these are some of the plans that are there. You don't have to go into depth about these plans because you're just an appointment setter at this point. This is only for appointment setter. Now, if you decide to progress and do more, then we can talk about that later in another video. So hopefully this gives you an idea. And if you have any questions, feel free to go on JeremiahVegan.com, hit that chat support. And if you are working for us, you already know how to get in contact with us. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.